Hi Vikes fans, this is the first half wrap-up for the 2013-2014 UVic Vikes women's basketball team. Your official Vikes broadcasters, Szatmary and Peter Songhurst here with you. And Peter, this is a team now that's on a 6-game winning streak going into the break. They're tied for first place in the Canada West Pacific Division at 7-3 with the University of Fraser Valley and the University of British Columbia. And they're starting to really come together here this season. What have you liked in this last few games that you've seen out of the UVic Vikes?
Well, I think first and foremost, I think you have to look at the play of some of the leaders on the Vikes, and certainly you look at Jess Renfrew. She's obviously going to be one of those people that you look to when you need a hoop, and she's the one that's been doing just that so far. 14 points a game, can't argue with that. Jen Boujardini steps up. She gives us pretty much 13 points a game, so those two have handled the scoring. And then you get into the backcourt, you look at somebody like Cassandra Goodis, who with 5 assists per game, one of the top in Canada West, and she always manages to find that open player up front, get that easy transition hoop, the hoops that the Vikes really need at crucial times in the game. But I think the biggest change, Ryan, and you and I have talked about this before, was the fact that the Vikes have finally learned the lesson that they need to play very good, solid defense. It's been a hard lesson for Danny Sinclair to try and get that across to the players, but it looks like the players are now buying in. And of course, when you mention defense, you mention Sarah Semina. And we can't say enough about the amount of stuff that she's done, particularly in the rebounding department, offensive and defensive, and she's averaging 7 boards per game. And you can't ask any more of a player than that, from that player rather. And so those are the reasons why I think the Vikes are in such a good position that they are at the break.
And as we mentioned, they are 7-3 in a 3-way tie for the first place in the Pacific Division, but it's a tough test coming out of the break in that first weekend in January, as they're going to have to take on 2 of the top teams in the Prairie Division who come into town here in the Saskatchewan Huskies and the Alberta Pandas, both of whom represent a couple of the best teams in that other division, and both of whom will be teams the Vikes will have to go through if they look to succeed later on in this season.
Yes, and the Vikes know that they've only got the job half done. They've got to go through the second half, and of course you can't get any better than starting off against Saskatchewan and Alberta. And then looming way ahead in the schedule, last weekend stand will be UBC. That'll be the one that everybody is going to focus on. That will be the highlight of the season, is to see the league finish off from there. So the Vikes definitely are not out of the woods.
We do indeed have the Saskatchewan Huskies and the Alberta Pandas in on January 10th and 11th here at McKinnon Gymnasium. You can check all the information out on that at our website at govikesgo.com. And we'll be back with you guys in the new year.